welcome you to Charlotte County, Florida, and the Charlotte County Sports Complex, the spring home of the Tampa Bay Rays. And this afternoon, the Rays will square off against the Boston Red Sox. We have a gorgeous day for baseball here for Grapefruit League play. Hi again, everyone. I'm Dwayne Stats. Good to have you with us. We'll be joined by Michelle Margot throughout the afternoon as well. Well, just 8 days remain in spring training. In fact, 8 days from now, the Rays will open the regular season at Tropicana Field against this same Boston Red Sox ball club. They're looking for good things from the man in center field, Kevin Kiermaier. He'll be in the lineup here this afternoon. And for the first 4 years in the major leagues, no outfielder has been better at saving defensive runs. Kevin Kiermaier, a big part of this ball club. This year, they'll be looking for more offense from Kevin Kiermaier. And why not? The trend has been north when it comes to the home run production. 15 last year in just 98 games. In fact, in his first 4 years, he's been in double figures in home runs each season. But this year, the Rays will look for more in this revamped offense. In fact, after coming back from the injury a year ago, he finished strong, hitting over 300 in just under 40 games back with a slugging percentage of .517. Kevin Kiermaier leading the charge defensively, and the Rays hope offensively this year as well. A lot in store today. We'll be chatting with the Rays' impressive left-hander Blake Snell. Down the middle of this game, it will be Kevin Cash joining us in the 5th inning. And later in the game, Charlie Montoyo, the bench coach, moving into a new spot. Gorgeous day for baseball. Back with it all in a moment. Charlotte County, Rays and the Red Sox just moments away. Right now, let's go downstairs to Michelle Margot.
Dwayne, thank you so much. I'm here with Denard Span, a familiar face to Major League Baseball, but a new face to the Tampa Bay Rays. You were involved in that trade that sent Evan Longoria to the Giants. You're a Tampa Bay native. What were the initial feelings when you got traded here?
It was mixed emotions. I had a good time in San Francisco, and I was looking forward to, just strapping up, playing this year. But when I found out that I was coming to Tampa, I got excited just to get the opportunity to play home. Just a dream come true.
About a month into spring training, what are your initial thoughts of the team so far?
I think we have a lot of talent. I think a lot of people are sleeping on us, which is good by me. But I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, and just a first-class organization, and just been having fun so far.
Obviously one of the veterans of this ball club. How much of a leadership role do you expect to play?
I think that just given my experience, I think a lot of young guys are obviously going to be looking to me to see how I go about my business, and I embrace that. I'm fine with that, and so for me it's just about leading by example.
What approach do you take other than leading by example, whether it's giving advice to guys or taking guys underneath your wing?
Just being smart about it, just knowing just to just a good time when to pull guys to the side and maybe give them a piece of my mind, or just, you know, a tidbit here just to help them out could go a long way for those guys.
Well, I know people are very excited to have you here. Welcome home.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dwayne, back to you.
Michelle, thank you so much. And Denard Span will be in the Rays lineup here this afternoon. See Kevin Kiermaier in center field, leading the charge defensively. And as we mentioned at the outset, the Rays looking for good things offensively from Kevin as well. Starting lineup for the visiting Boston Red Sox, presented by Papa John's. Brock Holt's going to lead it off. He'll be at third base, followed by Jackie Bradley Jr. in center. J.D. Martinez in right field. The DH is Mitch Moreland. Xander Bogaerts at shortstop with Blake Swihart in left field. Sam Travis is at first. Sandy Leon will do the catching, and Devin Marrero will be the second baseman today, batting ninth. And on the hill for the Rays, the left-hander Ryan Yarborough. This will be his 7th spring appearance. Last year at the AAA level, a 13-game winner, 13-6 with a 343 earned run average, covering 26 starts for the Durham Bulls. And we're all set to play ball. Here's Holt stepping in, having a good spring, hitting a little over 300. And the first pitch of this game is a fastball well located in there for a strike. 70 degrees here. The breeze blowing in from the left field corner. There's a popper down the left side. That's Denard Span. That wind will play havoc with that one, and it's going to bounce away from him. So no sooner than acknowledged than that pop fly down the left field line, carried back toward the infield by that wind blowing in from the left field corner, and Holt winds up at second base. Span's natural inclination off the bat to play the ball the way he did, and suddenly it was knocked down by the wind. So just like that, Boston with a scoring opportunity against Yarborough. Ryan Yarborough most likely ticketed for Durham, but will be a part of this Rays pitching plan at one point or another. Getting a chance to get a good look today, Yarborough. Pitch is down, popping away from Ramos. So the lefty down in the count, 2-0. Yarborough born in Texas, in Austin, 26 years old. He came over in the Drew Smiley deal. Makes his home in Florida now. Got to center field. Kiermaier right there to make the catch. Tag at second. Holt's headed to third. Good throw might get him, and it hits Yarborough, or hits Holt in the back. Yarborough back up third, but Duffy ran it down, and Holt advances to third after the catch. Well, that throw from Kiermaier on line, but on line with Holt's back. And that got into the way of a potential play there at third. And here's J.D. Martinez. Well, the Red Sox adding a very big bat right here. That's a strike. Power an issue for the Red Sox last year. In fact, they hit only 168 home runs as a team. That was last in the American League. 0-2. The last time the Red Sox were at that level in the home run department, 168, was back in 1930. Still 2 strikes to J.D. Martinez. And so with those numbers offensively, the Red Sox adding J.D. Martinez, and why not? Last year, split between Detroit and the Arizona Diamondbacks, 45 home runs. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Red Sox start the day 16-8 in Grapefruit League play. The Rays with a couple of back-to-back wins under their belts, now 11-12. And Yarborough still up in the count. Yarborough with the Florida connection, not only living here now, but played junior college baseball at Santa Fe. And one of his teammates back in those days was Malik Smith. And Malik's also part of that trade that brought Yarborough to the Rays, the Drew Smiley deal. So they were traded together and played together at Santa Fe. Martinez battling the young lefty. Yarborough went on to go to Old Dominion. As you can see, that fastball not overpowering, but the Rays like some of the deception and a little sink that he'll get on that fastball. Complements that with his slider and a change. Liner into left and a base hit. So the Red Sox take advantage of the windblown double, and they are on the board with a run. Martinez picking up the run batted in. And we'll set the defensive alignment. Today's defense brought to you by the Gold and Diamond Source. In the outfield, Span, Kiermaier, and Gomez, left, center, and right. Duffy at third, Echeverria at short. Wendell and Miller at second and first on the right side. Wilson Ramos doing the catching. Here's Mitch Moreland. And Moreland in the DH role. One ball, no strikes. One and one now. Well, with the addition of J.D. Martinez into the Boston lineup, could mean that Moreland and had a big cut and a miss. You can see him open that front side, take a big uppercut swing at that pitch. It's 1-2. Hanley Ramirez and Mitch Moreland might be dividing some time in the lineup for Boston.
The scoreboard right under the category.
Left center field. It's got to be Span. 2 gone, and Martinez back into first.
Shortstop number 2, Xander Bogaerts.
So 2 outs with a man on, a run home, and the hitter is the shortstop, Xander Bogaerts. And the new manager of this Boston ball club, former teammate of Kevin Cash, Alex Cora. Been the bench coach for the Astros, former infielder. Bogaerts takes the pitch upstairs, 1-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Now it's 3-0. Bogarts, by nature, can be a patient hitter up there at the plate. Way up in the count now. And there's ball 4. A walk on 4 pitches. The Red Sox will get their 6th man to the plate here in this inning. Blake Swihart, who's in left field. And there's another pitch out of the zone, so 5 straight pitches out of the zone. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Swihart, a catcher by trade, but in camp this spring, Swihart has made himself very valuable in a utility role. He can play first and third, corners in the outfield, and catch. Takes it down, 2-1. And it would appear that Swihart's in pretty good shape in terms of trying to make this club as one of their extra men. Check and a hopper by the mound. Glove by Wendell, and the throw to first in time, retiring Boston. They score 1, lead 2. Bottom of the first coming. Rays coming in to hit. Bottom of the first inning from Charlotte County. Rays coming in to hit. Down by a run. We'll take a look at the Rays starting lineup. Presented by Papa John's. Denard Span's going to lead it off, followed by Kevin Kiermaier and Carlos Gomez. Brad Miller a start, hits cleanup playing first in front of the DH C.J. Crone. Joey Wendell will follow Crone, hitting in front of Wilson Ramos, and Matt Duffy, and the shortstop Adani Echeverria will round out the starting lineup for Kevin Cash. Marcus Walden, a right-hander, on the hill for the Boston Red Sox. He's 29 years old. Last year, a 10-game winner with Pawtucket. 14 appearances out of the bullpen, 15 starts. Originally in the Toronto Blue Jays organization. So the Rays will have Denard Span stepping in to lead off. Span leads the Grapefruit League in hitting. He's hitting .350 this spring. And he takes the pitch for a strike. His top three in the Rays lineup interesting today, and Span, Kiermaier, and Gomez. Combination of some speed, some pop in there, some experience. Span takes ball 1-1-1. Span back home in Tampa. A little popper on the infield just by the bag, and a barehanded pickup and quick throw to first in time to get Span. The Bogaerts, who is shaded towards second, was positioned almost perfectly. We'll take a look at the rest of the Red Sox lineup presented by the Golden Diamond Swords. Swihart, Bradley, and Martinez left, center, and right. Holt at third. Bogaerts, we just saw him at short. Barrero's at second. Travis at first. Andy Leon doing the catching for Marcus Walden. And here is Kevin Kiermaier. He takes a strike. Fastball from Walden around 93. Out of play the other way, nothing at 2. Oh, Kiermaier's spring average .341. And as we touched on in the open in regard to Kiermaier, the Rays looking for continued development from Kiermaier on the offensive side of things. And that has been the trend. Double figures in home runs in each of his first 4 years in the major leagues. The issue with some of that was getting a full year. Injuries have played a role, particularly the last 2 years, in limiting his at-bats to under 400 in 2016 and last year. 1 ball, 2 strikes in 380 at-bats last year. He had 15 home runs. So the Rays like that. His first 2 years, 10 home runs each year, and then up to 12, and last year 15. He works the count even, 2-2. Strikes, big cut and a miss. Misses the fastball. Ground ball and a strikeout. 2 up, 2 down. And now it will be Carlos Gomez. Gomez 9 of 27 here this spring.
How's everybody doing today? How you doing, Sox fans? Good. I got wicked cold beer. Who wants some?
The pitch is in there for a strike.
Hey, Baltimore. I'm sorry it's not Natty Bo.
Gomez,
I'm very sorry.
32 years old, out of the Dominican Republic.
Okay, we're ordering in twos today, okay, guys? Not just ones. Thank you, buddy.
And this one will slice away from Bradley over to cut it off on one hop. A line drive base hit for Carlos Gomez. That's one thing you'll see from Gomez this year. He will hit the ball hard. And he plays the game that way. And with what some people would call flair, a little flair in Gomez. Has fun playing this game and lets you know it. He's on with a 2-out base hit. Brad Miller and his big bat from the left side, now the hitter. And there's another first pitch strike from Walden. Walden coming into this game, 11 strikeouts and 10 innings of work for the spring. And is quickly ahead 0-2. This is the 7th appearance for Walden for the Red Sox this spring. Pitch a bit low. Moving the fastball around a little bit there. 1-2. Originally selected in the 9th round of the 2007 draft by the Toronto Blue Jays out of Fresno City College. Takes a shot at that corner and it's a little wide. 2-2. Red Sox with a run in the top of the first, driven in by J.D. Martinez. Rays have Gomez at first, 2 outs in their half the inning. Shot fouled up the right side. Ball down in front of Ozzie Timmons. He's coaching first base for the Rays. There he is. Ozzie spent some time in the Rays system coaching in the minor leagues and first-hand knowledge of some of the young players we'll be seeing. And a Tampa connection, the University of Tampa. Ground ball right side. Marrero is there, and an easy toss takes care of the Rays, who leave a man. We're headed into the 2nd inning. 1-0 Boston. but WB Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. And by Papa John's. Working up a little appetite right there. We go to the second inning. Boston with a run in the first. And Ron Yarbrough delivers his first pitch in the second to Sam Travis. Travis has had a big power spring. 5 home runs for Travis. Deep short, grabbed by Echeverria, and the one-hop throw stays down, and Miller cannot pick it. So the long throw on that low hop, and Travis is aboard with a base hit.
At least.
So here's Sandy Leon. Maybe some discussion about whether that was an error on that throw that skipped in there or a base hit. They may give Echeverria an error on that. Want to know the count? That's a strike, 1-1. If Miller can come up with that at first, you figure it would be an out over there, but the throw did skip. Leon fouls one away, out of play, 1-2. And the official ruling will be an error, allowing Travis to reach. So Yarbrough, who thought he had an out to start the game on that short fly toward the line and left, only to have the wind carried away, and that went for a double. Going to have to try to pitch around an opening error in the second, which is now too low, and the count is 2-2. Rays really like the makeup of Ryan Yarbrough. Upstairs. So the count is full. And a cut and a miss. Picking up the first strikeout posted by the young lefty. Nice pitch right there. A little late break on that one. And he's not afraid to go that way with a full count. Pitch in the upper 70s, 80, somewhere in there. And here's Devin Marrero. We discussed that Swihart making a bid for an extra spot on this Boston team, and Marrero also trying to nail down one of those. Brock Holt would give him some competition. Marrero for Boston out of options. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in the Boston camp. One and one. Marrero hitting .209 for the spring. 4 extra base hits, all doubles. And he's out in front of that change. Travis, the runner at first, one away. Courtesy call over there to first base with that toss. And a cut and a miss. That takes care of Marrero. So a nice sequence right there from the Rays lefty. Back-to-back strikeouts. And now back around to the top side, Brock Holt. And that's a strike on the outside corner. We're seeing Yarbrough here to the last couple of hitters, and now the pitch on the corner to Holt. Sort of his game. Change speeds, move it around, get a hitter out in front. That's a foul ball. Locate the first pitch the way he did to Holt for a strike, and now with that foul ball, he's up 0-2. So Yarbrough, in the sense that he moves the ball around and changes speeds, relies on control and command. A pitcher, to be sure. 1-2. He's not going to blow the ball by hitters as a rule. And so from the point of view of being a pitcher, he can be fun to watch. Have him out there on an afternoon and watch a guy actually pitch. So a defensive swing to stay alive, and Holt fouls it away. Red Sox with a run on a couple of hits in the first. They have a man aboard on an error in the second. Rays put a man on at the bottom of the first, but left him there. One down and in. 2-2. Red Sox have won 8 consecutive games to move from 8-8 to 16-8 here this spring. And that is on the corner in for strike 3 call. So 3 strikeouts after the leadoff error. When we come back, Michelle will be chatting with Matt Silverman. The second inning, Red Sox scored their round in the first. Right now, let's go to Michelle, standing by with Matt Silverman. Michelle?
Thank you, Dwayne. Yes, here with Matt Silverman, president of the Rays. Very busy offseason for you guys. A lot of new faces here in spring training. Who has stood out to you so far?
CJ Crone and Joey Wendell, who will see this inning. Both new additions, guys who going to get an opportunity, hopefully this year, to help us. We believe in them, and they've fit in really well from the get-go, and I feel like they've been a member of the team for a long, long time already.
Now, from a fan's perspective, a lot of new additions to Tropicana Field. Can you elaborate on what people can expect on opening day?
We went through a lot of great renovations this offseason. Many millions of dollars that we spent upgrading the experience. A lot of it will be in the food and beverage areas, some new restaurant spaces, and I think our fans will really take to it. A few years ago, we did the 360-degree circulation, and we built the walkway all the way around, and that changed the experience. And I think this is going to add a dimension to that and give fans more places to watch the game. You have your seat; it's an intimate place to watch a game, but to be able to congregate, have a beverage, have a hot dog somewhere else, walk around, and really have a more social experience.
Can you elaborate a little bit on the new concessions?
So our new partner is Levy, and we've been working with them all off season on new menu items, some different pricing, some combos, and just a lot more variety. We had a meeting last week, went through a lot of the different menu options, and I'm going to be busy all season long going and trying all the different new items that we have. Very excited about them. From new hot dogs to new signature sandwiches to new stands, premium desserts. I think fans will be really excited, and it's going to bring some new energy to the ballpark to have these new offerings.
Tropicana Field got some new turf. What went into that decision?
So our partner with the turf is Shaw, and they came in last year, they put a field down, and the results from a playing standpoint were good. Aesthetically, they wanted to make some improvements. So I think when the broadcast comes on a week or 8 days from now and fans see it, they're going to be impressed by how green the field is, how uniform it is, and I think it's just going to provide a better visual experience at the park and on TV. It's going to play true, but it's the newest and best edition from Shaw, and they're going to use it as a showcase space for all of their clients.
What can fans expect with this being the 20th anniversary year?
A lot of fun. We're gonna celebrate the 20 years of Rays baseball, the Devil Ray years, the Rays years. We're gonna celebrate the '98 season, the 2008 World Series team, and really use this season to reflect on how great it is to have Rays baseball in the Tampa Bay area for over 2 decades. There are a lot of throwback giveaways. We're gonna wear the Devil Rays uniforms a few times this year, and really celebrate our history. It's an accomplishment. It's a young franchise, but when you think about 20 years and think about a generation of fans that have grown up with this team and are now entering adulthood, it's really exciting. So we're gonna give it its due. At the same time, we're focused on winning as many games as we can this year and making that playoff push.
Yeah, certainly a lot to look forward to for these fans. Thank you so much for the time.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Dwayne, back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you, and thanks to Matt. I think the point the two of you brought up about this being the 21st year, going to celebrate 20 years of Major League Baseball in the Tampa Bay area. You know, it's a generational situation now where this is no longer a team coming in looking for fans. There are fans, in fact, youngsters who were 5 or 6, 7, 8 when the Devil Rays first hit the field in '98. They're now parents of those children who are 5 and 6 and 7, 8. And so they have started to raise that generation of Rays fans right from the very beginning. Joey Wendell out first base unassisted, handled by Travis down at first. So all of that's going to be part of the fun of looking back over the first 20 years of Devil Rays and Rays baseball in Tampa Bay. 2 up, 2 down. Now Wilson Ramos, the Rays catcher. Ramos still looking for that first spring home run. Here's the pitch down and away. Rays facing Marcus Walden today. You've seen that fastball at 93 and 94. And at times it appears to have a little run on it. That's a strike, 1-1. balls and a strike. And the Rays come into play today 7th among American League teams in spring training team average at 268. Red Sox 10th at 264. And both these teams have pitched well. The Red Sox second best, 379, and the Rays third at 385. That was chopped to short. Bogarts with a lot of time makes the throw to first. Strikeout and a couple of ground ball outs. We'll go to the third. 1-0 Boston. Fans, spring training baseball here and on MLB.tv. Watch select spring training games live on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply for regular season games. Visit MLB.tv for details. We go to the third. Ryan Yarbrough will head back to the hill for the Rays, and Jackie Bradley Jr. will lead off for Boston. Yarbrough struck out the side in the second inning. Takes the pitch inside, getting Leon, Marrero, and Holt. He led the International League in strikeouts last year. 2 balls, no strikes. That's a big cut and a miss. 2-1. And the one things the Rays had been looking for in Yarbrough, he'd been very good against left-handed hitters and trying to finish right-handed hitters. Behind Bradley Jr., 3-1. He did a nice job with the off-speed pitch to Marrero in the second inning. Got Leon with a curveball. It's a foul ball right back into the wiring. That suspended wire helped to support that screen, and he hit just the top of the screening. So the count is full. Ooh, and he misses a little wide right there. Take a look at the strikeouts of Yarbrough. And as we've seen, he's not afraid to throw the breaking ball, even on a full count. Takes care of Marrero, and then he gets Holt looking. And Bradley, after working himself back into that at bat, Yarbrough went to 3-2 with Bradley, and then just did miss a little wide. So here's J.D. Martinez. Runner takes off, swing and a miss. Throw down, a good throw right there to cut down Bradley Jr. Boy, nice job by Ramos there on a quick release and an accurate throw to cut down Jackie Bradley Jr. Nice quick tag by Wendell. So that erases the leadoff walk. Nice job by Ramos. Martinez takes it high. And a good job by Ryan Yarbrough to give Ramos a chance to throw out the runner. It's on the corner for a strike, and it's 1-2. Upstairs. Fastball up there out of the zone. And another full count. This one missing down. Hudson up in the bullpen. The right-hander. And that pitch a little wider. Nope, that's a strike, says Will Little. Martinez thought he'd drawn the walk. And Yarbrough being around that plate, got the call. Let's take another look. And a nice job there receiving by Ramos. Martinez thought he was headed to first, and strike 3 call. So 4 strikeouts for Ryan Yarbrough. And here's Mitch Moreland. With a nice strike, first pitch strike to begin the sequence with Moreland. Up and away, 1-1. You get a little different look here from Yarbrough. That fastball 90, low 90s sometimes. That's a strike. And varying speeds throughout the 80-mile-per-hour span. It's a nice job of trying to keep the hitters guessing and off stride. And a swing and a miss as he strikes out Moreland. So 5 strikeouts in the game for Yarbrough. We'll be hearing from the Rays lefty Blake Snell when we return. Charlotte County at the Charlotte County Sports Complex, moving on to the bottom of inning 3, trailing Boston 1-0. Let's go downstairs once again to Michelle.
Thanks, Dwayne. Here with Blake Snell. Blake, how's spring training going for you so far?
Spring's been good. Just working on little things here and there, but overall, it's been fun just connecting with the teammates, getting the season ready to go.
What would you say is the biggest challenge for most guys during spring?
I would say it's getting ready. It's focusing. It's, you know, just
avoiding sunflower seeds.
yeah, you gotta avoid them. But I would say he's hitting you in the face. I'll block it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, but no, it's just getting ready, getting going, getting loose, getting in that rhythm again, getting hit in the face over and over. You got to get used to it.
What are some of your personal expectations in 2018?
I just want to be consistent. I want to dominate, obviously, but I just want to be consistent in my everyday approach and just the way that I take the field, I want it to be every day.
I heard that you recently bought a ping pong table, and I know that there's one in the clubhouse. I see you playing. Who is the best ping pong player on the team?
Right now it's Dan Jennings. I got to get a little better. These seeds are getting old quick. But yeah, it'd be Dan.
All right, so you guys going to start a ping pong competition?
We were going to start a tournament, and then it just never panned out. But we'll be playing a bunch this year, so we'll figure it out.
All right, so we've seen all over social media some pictures of the team photographer that they took of you and Chris Archer taking pictures of your teammates with those nice cameras. What's that all about?
It's just having a little fun. Let's go, Duff. Yeah, it's just us having fun. I mean, it's spring training. We're going to have fun, stay loose, just enjoy each other. And it was just something that just happened. Will let us use his camera, and we just kind of ran off with it.
All right, well, I'm going to get us out of this rainstorm of sunflower seeds. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Dwayne, back to you.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Blake Snell, the lefty. The Rays counting on Blake to take a big step forward, and he seems to be right in line to do that. You know, the Rays want to go with 4 starting pitchers and then intersperse the bullpen day when that's needed. Base hit by Duffy here puts him at first, and Echeverria takes a strike. Danny Echeverria coming off a .261 average overall last year and hitting .355 for the spring. Two. There have been signs. Echeverria for a long time in his career known primarily as a premier defender at shortstop, and he is special to watch play that position. But he had in the past shown signs of developing that offensive side of his game, and I think the Rays are optimistic that they'll continue to see the offensive side of his game develop from that shortstop spot. The offense is going to be interesting this year. As you know, the team had a lot of home runs last year, a lot of solo home runs, and the home run total really did not develop into the kind of overall run production that they had anticipated. A little something in his eye there, and they take care of that, the plate umpire. And so this year it's going to be interesting to see the type of offensive game the Rays play. And I think we'll see, in one sense, a little more traditional as opposed to the strikeout and home run approach. And there's a reach by Echeverria as he chased that one for the first out of the inning. Third strikeout for Walden.
Left fielder number 2,
Chad Matola, the Rays hitting coach, with a little different cast of characters to try to mold this year. And in a sense, it's a little more traditional. When you look at this lineup today, Spann, the veteran outfielder, he's had great speed in the past. He lit the ball the other way, has some surprising pop at times in his bat, and Kiermaier and Gomez. You get down to Miller and Crone in the middle part of the order. Pitch a little wide to Spann. So we might see the Rays do some things, you know, maybe the hit and run, attempted steal. See how that works out. A ball, no strikes. The count to Denard Spann. And there's the bunt. It's fouled the other way. Out of play, and it's 1-1. You might even see that. In fact, we might even see a squeeze play this year, which is something over the last 2 or 3 years we just had not seen a lot of, but I think they'll be as creative as they can be to try to get the most out of this offense. And we'll be chatting with Kevin Cash in the 5th inning, and that's a topic that we might actually get into. One and two the count to Denard Span. Rays had Gomez aboard with 2 outs in the first. Went out 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd inning against the 29-year-old right-hander Marcus Walden. 1 on, 1 out here in the 3rd. Span takes a good look at a pitch off the plate. 2 and 2.
50-50. 50-50 raffle tickets.
Both bullpens busy now. The Rays had Daniel Hudson throwing, and the Red Sox get a lefty up in their bullpen. This one down and in, and Span is strikeout number 4 posted by Walden. A reminder, opening day just 8 days away. Tune in to Fox Sports Sun March 29th for complete opening day coverage. We'll be on the air at 3 p.m. with a special 1-hour Rays Live pregame featuring player interviews, analysis, and all the pregame festivities leading right up to the first pitch between the Rays and these Red Sox. Following the game, stay tuned for extended postgame coverage. That's opening day baseball on Fox Sports Sun Thursday, March 29th, beginning at 3 p.m. 1 strike the count as Kiermaier fouls a pitch away. Daniel Hudson continues to throw in the bullpen. Tommy Lane is the lefty up in the bullpen for the Red Sox. So Duffy, who opened with a base hit, got it between the first baseman Travis and the first base bag, threw into right field to begin the inning. One and one count here to Kiermaier. Now that puts him down in the count. High chop right to Marrero at second base. So Kiermaier's out of there. The Rays leave a man, and we head into the 4th. 1-0 Boston.
Hand.
brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers and by Outback. Enjoy the bold flavors of Outback at home, now delivering. Ball game heads into the fourth inning. The Rays and the Red Sox from Port Charlotte. And the Rays have a new pitcher. Daniel Hudson, the veteran right-hander, takes over. He came over from the Pirates as part of the Corey Dickerson maneuvering. And he takes over for Ryan Yarbrough. Hudson, 71 games a year ago. And the first pitch to Xander Bogaerts is a ball. 3 innings for Yarbrough, 59 pitches today. He gave up a run, couple of hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts in the 3 innings he worked. His second 3-inning stint of the spring. Bogaerts takes it inside, 2-0. Yarbrough, who started, as we mentioned, pitched collegiately at Old Dominion, and so did Daniel Hudson. He was taken by the White Sox in the '08 draft out of Old Dominion. Pop fly into right. Gomez using his glove against the high sky to try to shade the glare and track that baseball, makes the catch.
Left fielder number 23, Blake Swihart.
Right now you look up and there are no clouds at all. It's a little tough sometimes to get that depth to give you some perspective on where that ball is and where it might wind up. There's Swihart. The Rays send Echeverria to the right side. He's in shallow right center now with the shift on. Pitch is upstairs. And a chop foul. It's 1-1. Hudson, 31 years old. He's twice undergone Tommy John surgery. There's a strike, now 1-2. That'll take the count to 2-2. Hudson got to the big leagues with the White Sox, couple of brief appearances, then the Diamondbacks. Last year with the Pirates and now here with the Rays. This is his 6th official spring outing. We're all in the big leagues with 37 wins, and 16 of those came with the Diamondbacks in 2011. Gone all the way out to 3-2 now. High fly ball back into right field. Gomez all the way to the wall. No chance on this one. That one is out of here. Swihart on a 3-2 pitch hits his third home run of the spring. And that will make it 2-0 Boston. First home run Hudson has surrendered this spring, and there was not much doubt about it. Swihart out in the ground with that swing and got the barrel flush on that pitch to drive it out. There's a strike to Sam Travis, who's been doing a lot of home run hitting himself this spring. He has 5 home runs for the spring. Upstairs with the fastball. 1-1. Swihart has not hurt his chances as an extra man on the Red Sox roster this year. One and two. His chances were pretty good coming into this game and showing some power here in the 4th inning. Still a ball, 2 strikes. We mentioned that 16-win season that Hudson had with Arizona back in 2011. He made 33 starts that year. Fly ball center field. Kiermaier waiting for that one to eventually come down. So 2 gone with a run home. Reminder, Rays fans, you get a chance to experience a blast from the past Saturday, March 31st, when the Rays host the Red Sox. Watch the Rays build home runs against division rivals, and fans receive a 98 replica seat cushion presented by GTE Financial while supplies last. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more info. Rays up. Two outs. Sandy Leon at the plate. Strike the count to him. Now 0-2. Pop foul out of play. Still 2 strikes. We mentioned that Hudson made those 33 starts back in 2011, and then the Tommy John surgeries got into the way. Liner, there's a base hit headed back toward the corner. Leon's got to get an extra base hit out of this one and moves into second with a double. A stand-up 2-base hit for the Boston catcher Leon.
Second baseman number 17, Devin Murray.
Well hit. That's one thing. Leon with a couple of home runs this spring. Leon, since coming to the Red Sox, they knew they were getting a good catch and throw guy, but they've got a little more offense, particularly 2 years ago from him, than they thought. And he's got some pop in that bat. Here's Devin Marrero now with Leon at second. Pitch is down. But life for Hudson since the Tommy John surgery pretty much have been out of the bullpen. He's made 10 starts since 2011 after making a career high 33 in 2011. But Tommy John surgeries have been the issue. Now 2-0 to Marrero. Marrero struck out against the lefty Yarbrough in the second inning when Yarbrough struck out the side after the leadoff man reached on an error. 2-1 now. Hudson coming in with that 2-0 fastball and got it by Marrero. Base hit into center, charged by Kiermaier. Leon's going to try to score, throw up the line. Leon scores standing up. Marrero drives in the run and heads to second as the throw came through to the plate. Red Sox take a 3-0 lead. So the 8 and 9 hitters have come through here to produce another run following the 1-out home run by Swihart. Marrero's 5th run batted into the spring. Back around at the top of the Boston order, Brock Holt. There's a strike. Kiermaier came in charging and unloaded that ball in a hurry, but the throw up the line a bit. It started to ride in on the hands of Holt. She fouls it, 0-2. Boston with a run in the first. They've added 2 in the 4th. Stopped by Ramos. A ball, 2 strikes. Hudson has put years, back-to-back years in 15, 16, and 17 out of the bullpen. In 2015, 64 games with Arizona, 70 the following year, and 71 last year for Pittsburgh. Ball out of play, and so it's still 1-2. And he's pretty much been a 1-inning guy. The Rays, with their plans this year to get that bullpen involved a lot more in extended outings, and Hudson, a veteran, has pretty much been a 1-inning guy, fraction of an inning, and not much beyond that. Chirinos up in the bullpen. Yanni Chirinos, big right-hander. He features that heavy sinker. He made quite an impression last year. Had a very good year in the minor leagues. So he's up in the bullpen right now. Holt chops it by the mound, just over the bag. quick pickup, safe at first. Runner's going to try to score. He is safe. Ball pops away, and that's going to allow Holt's an attempt to go to second, and Holt is in there. So Marrero scores on the chopper off the bat of Holt. That ball just cleared that second base bag. So it's a base hit as Holt beat the play, and Marrero just kept running. See that throw just not in time, and Miller comes to the plate late there, and the ball pops away, allowing Holt to move up. So some aggressive two-out base running gets Marrero across the plate, and the inning continues. It's now a 3-run inning and a 4-0 game, and a count of a ball and no strikes to Jackie Bradley Jr. Holt will get credit for a run batted in. Two and 0 the count. Bradley Jr. becomes the 7th hitter faced by Hudson in what has turned out to be a 3-run 4th for Boston. And the pitch is wide, 3-0. Over 30 pitches here in this inning. And a 4-pitch walk sends Bradley Jr. to first. So a prolonged inning for Daniel Hudson. Chirinos ready out there in the bullpen, and that's going to be it for Daniel Hudson. So 8 men come to the plate. Hudson now departs, and we'll be back in a moment.
Baseball is back.
Trying to open this game a bit. It's 4-0. Well, a new season of Friday night parties at Tropicana Field on tap beginning Friday, March 30th, when the Rays host the Boston Red Sox. Visit your local 7-Eleven. Pick up a coupon for a $7.11 ticket and enjoy $5 Bud and Bud Light drafts on the Budweiser porch. Visit RaysBaseball.com/specials. Rays up. Well, 2 outs here in the inning. The Red Sox to this point have scored 3. They have 2 men on, and Austin Wright, a lefty. Wright, the left-hander out of Schaumburg, Illinois. And so he'll get the call, trying to get the final out. And Chirinos still up in the bullpen. J.D. Martinez up there. which is fouled away for a strike. Shot. That's going to be a fair ball out of the reach of Duffy. Holt scores. Bradley Jr. being waved to the plate. Into second base goes Martinez, driving in his second and third runs of the game. 2 more runs have scored in what has turned out to be a 5-run inning for Boston, and the Red Sox open a 6-0 lead. Pitch out over the plate, and Martinez hits the soft line drive out of the reach of Duffy. So an RBI single in the first, a double driving in 2 in the fourth for Martinez, and Mitch Moreland steps in, the 9th man to come to the plate. Red Sox have batted around. And up and in on this pitch. Lifted to the left side. Duffy trying to fight the sun and the wind, and he recovers and makes the play. That was not a routine play by any stretch as Duffy stayed with it. It's 6-0 Boston. Six-run lead with a 5-run fourth as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Let's take a look at some of the new additions to the Rays, and they're going to need some bats today, and they're going to expect some great offense out of this trio. Denard Span coming back home in his 11th season, a career average of 2.828. Carlos Gomez, 133 home runs in his career, and C.J. Cron coming over from the Angels. So some left-handed offense from Span and some right-handed pop from Gomez and Cron. The Rays hope to get from that trio right there. Yeah, they're going to need a little offense here this afternoon if they're to get back into this one. Carlos Gomez will lead off the bottom of the fourth. And with Brad Miller and C.J. Cron due to hit second and third. And the Red Sox bring on the lefty, Marinus Elias. So Walden worked 3. Couple of hits, no runs. He struck out 4 and didn't walk anybody. And here's Gomez. He takes a strike. So the lefty Elias in the game. Gomez lined a single into center his first time. Two and one. Roenis Elias. We go to 2-2. Count holds right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Remember this lefty originally got to the major leagues with the Mariners. That was a few years ago, back in 2014, and made 29 starts, won 10 games. He was 10 and 12. Strike 3 ball popping loose, but a throw down from Leon down to Travis will complete that strikeout. So 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. You can catch the Rays back in action coming up Sunday as they square off against the New York Yankees. Our coverage begins at 1 o'clock on Fox Sports Sun and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Rays with a couple hits in this game. Gomez and Duffy have the hits. And here's Brad Miller. Back to the hill, and a high throw to first, but Travis comes right back down on that first base bag. So Elias made a little interesting there on the comebacker with his toss to first, but 2 up and 2 down. And now C.J. Cron on his way to the plate. Cron struck out his first time. Fouls the fastball out of play, strike 1. Cron starts to go, tried to check, but could not hold up. 0-2. Rays have yet to move a man as far as second base in this game as they go through the lineup for the second time. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Cron, 28 years old. Had 16 home runs in 100 games last year with the Angels. His father, Chris, was an infielder in the Angels and White Sox organization. His father managed, in fact, CJ and his brother Kevin, who's an Arizona prospect, pretty good bat as well. I grew up with their dad managing in the minor leagues, and so they got a chance to spend a lot of time at the ballpark as they were kids. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count to Crone. After getting behind, Crone now has worked the count full. There's a long one, high and deep to left, and there's some of that Crone power. That baby's gone. Home run for C.J. Crone, his second of the spring, and the Rays are on the board. Well, that's the kind of pop the Rays are hoping to get from C.J. Crone this year, and he propels that one out of here into the bullpen. Paul Sorrento, the former Devil Ray, who had been on the Angels staff as an assistant hitting coach, he had said, if you just let Crone do what he wants to do, just leave him alone and let him swing the bat the way he wants. Sorrento thought he was a legitimate 30 home run a year guy, and boy, the Rays would be happy to take that. Here's Joey Wendell fouling one back. So Wendell up here following the Crone home run. And you hope Sorrento's right in that assessment, because if he is, that is going to be a big plus for the Rays lineup this year. 0-2 now. Well, we'll see. 8 days away. The brand new season begins. This pitch is wide. 1 ball, 2 strikes. This one is wide, 2-2. The only thing about Crone, he's strong and he hits the ball in the air a lot. You don't mind that with a power hitter. That's good. He can be aggressive up there, and I think there's a feeling that sometimes maybe a little more aggressive, and it's a fine line. That'd be an interesting conversation to have with Chad Mottola. Wendell is out on strikes. The Rays get on the board on the home run by C.J. Crone. And we'll be chatting with Kevin Cash when we come back in the 5th.
Tampa Bay Rays spring training baseball on
Fifth inning in Charlotte, 6-1. Boston leading the Rays. through the front four. We've had Ryan Yarbrough start, Hudson Wright, and now Yanni Chirinos will go to the hill for the Rays. And we're grateful to have Kevin Cash join us on the headsets from the Rays dugout. Kevin, good to see you.
Good to see you, Dwayne. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Spring training, well, 8 days away from getting down to business for real. And I looked at your lineup today, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Is this potentially the sort of lineup that we could see this club run out on, I don't know, on an everyday basis, but I think the variety in this lineup looks to me like it might be fun.
It's close. There's no doubt it's close. We've got the guys hitting at the top today. We had, a little bit of a messed up schedule with the rain out yesterday and giving guys off days, and you don't want to give them too many. So we tried to pile up the guys we knew were going to come out of the game early. So KK Denard and Carlos Gomez are all going to come out after this inning. But the top looks similar to it. I mean, we're going to have Duff somewhere up there. I mean, there's still a couple things we're going to sort through, but we do like the balance of it, the versatility of it, with the little bit of combination of some more speed that we talked about all spring training. So we're very optimistic from that standpoint that we can challenge some opposing pitchers.
Chirinos in here and faces Bogarts now. 1 strike to count. C.J. Cron hit that home run in the bottom of the 4th inning, and we were talking about the power that he has. And the Rays last year hit a ton of home runs, didn't translate into as many runs as we might like, and so the approach is going to be a little different. But you're still going to need some home runs, and Cron is a guy who could give you those. We're talking about, here's a guy who hits a ball in the air. He's very strong, can be aggressive up there. And I know I have a feeling you're going to say this is a fine line. But there have been people, we talked to some people who think he could be a legitimate 30 home run a year guy. He's a little aggressive, so.
I don't think anybody disputes that. When we acquired him, CJ, well, we were very excited about the potential of the power. I mean, look, he's been playing behind a Hall of Famer his career with the Angels and Albert Pujols. That's not an easy task. Try to give him a little bit more of an open lane to go perform for us. But the home run thing, I know what we did last year as far as hitting the home runs, but we're capable of knocking the ball out of the ballpark this year. We've got CJ, you mentioned. Wilson Ramos hit some home runs in an abbreviated season last year, and Brad Miller's a guy that battled injuries all year last year. He's a year removed from hitting 30+ homers, so he's capable. And then I think one guy we don't talk about, maybe we shouldn't, is KK. I think KK, you watch how his power has progressed over the last couple years. He's going to be a power threat along with Carlos Gomez in that lineup. So I think the home runs are going to come. We might not want to rely on them as much as we did last year. We found that we would really like to complement our offense with some guys that get on base, and I think the front office and the front office has done a good job of finding those pieces, whether it's Matt Duffy, Joey Wendell, Denard Span. That grouping right there is going to help us to be on base when we do hit some homers.
Yeah, you'd take the same number of home runs you hit last year, but you'd just love to have a guy or two on base.
Yep, that's a secret. Now, how we get that to play, I'm not quite sure, but that's what we're pulling for.
Yeah, 2 outs here as Swire goes out to center, and Sam Travis had a good power spring for Boston. A little chopper fair picked up by Ramos, and the throw down
that
to
looked
first.
Like one of my swings right there.
Boy, I'll tell you, you're very good at this 1, 2, 3 stuff.
Yeah.
Nice going.
All right.
We appreciate the visit, Skip.
All right, man. Good talking.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 5th inning here. The Red Sox lead 6-1. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Rays coming in to hit. Wilson Ramos will lead it off here. The Rays and the Red Sox battling it out. And just out of the dugout, having chatted with Kevin Cash. And let's go right back down there, Michelle. Michelle, you're standing by with a special guest.
Yes, I am. Kevin Kiermaier. Thank you so much, Dwayne. Kevin, you've been with this club, and I know that there's a lot of new faces here in spring training. What have you learned about this club so far?
Well, still trying to get to know a few guys. There's been a lot of turnover this spring, but I love the athleticism we bring to this year's team. You know, there's still a couple moves to be made as far as our roster goes, but with that being said, I love the guys we brought in, and I really think, you know, guys like Daniel Robertson, Brad Miller, you know, those guys, Matt Duffy, they all look good. They look healthy. It's, you know, guys we had last year look really good. So it's one of those things I'm really excited to get this going. But athleticism is the word that sticks out to me, and especially my boys out there in the outfield next to me. It's going to be a fun year, and, you know, now we just got to go out there and do our thing, and everything else take care of itself. You and I have talked about you being a team leader. How do you approach that role? It's just one of those things. I'm always going to go out there and try to lead by example any way I can on the field. But, you know, in the clubhouse and off the field is where I want to step up and kind of, you know, let the younger guy, I mean, younger than me. I'm fairly young for the league average, but it's one of those things. We have a lot of young guys, 23, 24 years old. And, you know, I had guys look up like Longoria as far as my rookie year went, and you need that guidance. So I'm here to try to provide for that. And, like I said, when someone's out of line, I'm not afraid to go up and say something if need be. And, you know, we all need to hold each other accountable for what we do. And, like I said, we haven't won the last 4 years. The years I've been here, and, you know, we got to change that. And, you know, we're all on the same page right now, but we got to go out there and perform and execute at a higher level. And, you know, I need to go do my job, but I also love helping people out. And, you know, my teammates, you know, somewhat look up to me, and I've earned that respect. So we'll see how this year goes, but I'm really excited. What do you think will be the biggest challenge for 2018? Well, we need our guys to stay healthy, and, you know, me, I think I'm the main culprit going down the last 2 years. That did not help our squad out at all. And for me, I want to go out there and play my game, but I want to stay on the field at the same time and avoid those injuries that I've had come up the past 2 years. But I said this 20 seconds ago, we got to go out there and perform and execute at a higher level on a more consistent basis. And, you know, I say that it's a lot easier said than done, but we got the guys in this clubhouse to win, and now we just have to string it together, like I said, collectively, and great things can happen for us. But it's our job to go out there now and back up what I'm saying. On the contrary, what do you think will come easy for this year's team? Well, nothing, to be honest, nothing's easy in this game. You know, we're in the best division in baseball, so we have our work cut out for us. So it's one of those things, you know, just like every other team out there, it's not easy for anyone. You got to go out there and may the best team win it all, you know, in October. So, like I said, for us, we got to go out there and handle our business and really execute on the small things. You know, running a person on second, get them over to third as quick as we can. Certain things, whether it's a bunt or a ground ball to the right side or a, you know, deep fly ball to center or right, whatever. We have to do that at a much better level and then drive those guys in next batter. And that'll give us the best chance of winning. And, you know, we're going to rely on our pitchers like we always do, and we need our staff to step up. And along with our bullpen, we need to go out there and play great defense and, you know, do whatever it takes. We had so many games last year where I know we led the league in high leverage situations. So either we were winning or losing games by 1 or 2 runs. And, you know, it's one of those things we have to be able to close those games out. So that's what we're trying to do this year. And like I said, we need to win more bottom line, and that's what we're all trying to do. Kevin, thank you so much for the insight. We appreciate your time. Thank you. Dwayne, up to you.
All right, thank you so much. As Matt Duffy draws the walk, that's going to push Ramos up to second, to open with the base hit. So 2 men on and nobody out, and a nice job there with Kevin Kiermaier. Turned out to be pretty much a seminar there on baseball, leading by example, getting hitters on and runners over, and all of that goes into the mix toward winning. I think they've got a pretty good idea of the game plan and what they hope to accomplish here. As Kiermaier chats there. There's a high fly ball back into center by Echeverria. And Bradley Jr. back to make the catch. Ramos tags and goes to third. So Echeverria on the first pitch he sees, hits one deep to center. He is the first out. So we're at Denard Span up there. Span has grounded out and struck out. And I think we have Kevin Kiermaier moving on deck, so he's gone right from that interview and that baseball seminar to hoping to get a chance to do some damage here in the bottom of the fifth, get another at bat in. Span takes the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Pitch is a little wide, 1-1. How about that with Kevin Kiermaier now on deck, fresh off the interview. Maybe Michelle should have extended that a little longer, and we could have had a little break while he got time to loosen up and go right from the interview to his at-bat. Oh, ground ball second. Marrero, Bogarts 1, first base 2, 4-6-3, and after all of that, the tease for the Kiermaier at bat, not going to happen. We go to the sixth, 6-1 Boston.
Baseball is back.
Six-one as this game moves into the sixth inning now. And Kevin Kiermaier, hoping to get another at bat, will settle for 2. And his work is done here in this game for the day as he departs. Reminder, you can throw it right back to 1998, celebrating 20 years of Rays baseball. The 20th anniversary celebration includes throwback uniforms on select nights, giveaways featuring Rays alumni, and a lot more in store. Ticket prices began at just $20 on regular season weekend games. Visit RaysBaseball.com for more information. Rays up. Now the Rays will have Johnny Field in center. Jason Coates had entered in right field in the 5th, and Brandon Snyder is in the game and left. There's Coates in right field. He's trying to force his way onto this team. Chirinos delivers to Leon, who lifts one deep down the left side. That's going to be a foul ball. Leon with a double and a run scored back in their 5-run 4th. Distributes a souvenir to a young fan. So the Rays with Snyder in left, field in center, and Coates in right field.
That really impressed me. I talked about the double header, the Syracuse match, and
The chop to the left side by Leone. And the throw across to first in time. Robertson now in the game at third. He handles that one. Shaded over toward the shortstop spot. Micah Johnson in the game at second base. It was Devin Marrero who singled in a run in the fourth. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored as well. Pitch is up, 1-0. Chirinos, big right-hander out there. Fly ball back into left. They had Snyder pulled way over toward the left center. That's going to hit off the bottom of the left field wall and go as a double. Well, the Rays defense betting that Marrero would not pull the ball against Chirinos, and he hit it to the wall in left for a double. As Marrero continues to try to make a case for himself on this Boston team as an extra guy. As we mentioned earlier, he is, of those in competition, I think the only one who's out of options. Now the top of the order, Brock Holt. Drops it foul, strike one. Holt with a couple of runs scored. He has a double and a single and a run batted in.
turn on the garden lights, and we said, I've got Miller highlight tickets on the first balcony right behind John and
Breaks in there for a strike. Move 2.
I was almost mid-tour. It's going to be down about 5 or 6 rows back, down the arena. I said, I'm not going to happen.
Rays think a lot of Chirinos. The power sinker.
You know, the seats I had, put up 5 rows, put up the wooden chairs. You know, they take them away.
This one low and will get by Ramos, allowing Marrero to go over to third. Throwing pitch down, and Ramos tried to block it, could not. Chirinos last year, most of that at AAA. The Rays minor league pitcher of the year, 13-5. Infield pulled up, and this time Ramos covers up on that pitch down. It's 2-2. Chirinos 12-5 at Durham and was 1-0 at Montgomery.
I had seen these. I know.
Full count. Chirinos with the sinker and then the changeup. And the last month and a half or so of the season last year, that split finger became a significant part of what he was attempting to do out there. And he walks Holt. So now men on the corners with one out. Jackie Bradley Jr. will bat. And that changeup became a swing and a miss pitch for him. And with that heavy sinker, he already was throwing a lot of ground balls. Good combination. Ground balls and strikeouts. Pitch up, and Bradley could not resist and swung through it. Strike one. Red Sox scored a run in the first. The Rays scored one on a home run in the fourth after the Red Sox had scored 5 in the top of that inning. Fly ball lifted deep toward the gap in right center field. That will one-hop the wall. Played by Field. 1 run is in. Marrero scored, and Holt will follow him on the long double up the alley for Bradley. A couple more runs across the plate for Boston, and Bradley lifts that one deep into right center. So the Red Sox now have an 8-1 lead, and J.D. Martinez becomes the hitter. He's already driven in 3 runs. Rays overload the left side of the infield and pull it up. Pitch is down. Holt wound up being sent back to third. So it's a 7-1 game.
So they're deciding. Now you're going to start seeing a lot of guys.
Ground ball, sharply hit. Down to third. Now they're going to get Holt trying to score. And a throw back to third. Thrown away up the left field line. Bradley's going to score. So the Rays get an out, cutting down a potential run, but another run scores. Holt is out 5-2. Bradley scores on the error charged to Ramos on the throw. Martinez reaches. And so now it's an 8-1 ball game.
Designated hitter number 18, Moreland.
And here is Mitch Moreland. The pitch is low. I'm assuming after Holt had scored, a fan may have touched that ball out there, which would then have sent Holt back to third on the double by Bradley, who got 1 run batted in. And there's a liner caught on the right side by Echeverria to retire Moreland. So that retires the side, but the Red Sox have added 2 more. We'll hear from Charlie Montoyo when we return. The Red Sox with a big 4th inning, scoring 5 and added a couple more in the 6th. Now the Rays coming in to hit in the bottom of the inning down, and right now let's go right back down to Michelle standing by with Charlie Montoyo.
Thank you so much. Charlie, you've moved from third base coach to bench coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your approach in this new role?
Well, you know, I've been coaching third for now 23 years, so this is going to be my first time in the bench, but, you know, it's going to be really, I'm really happy to be in the bench because Kevin Cash, he values my opinion, so that's going to make everything better for me.
How will your responsibilities change?
Well, you know, it's almost like managing. I'm going to be thinking ahead and thinking of situations and stuff, and I'm going to help Kevin with the game situations, and at the end of the day, he's going to make his decision, but I'm going to help as much as I can.
What are you most looking forward to?
Winning games.
In your new role?
Yes, winning games.
All right. What do you think will be the biggest challenge of your new role?
Try not to run to third base during innings, you know. I'm kind of getting used to now and during spring training, but yeah, I don't have a helmet, so I don't have to go, so okay, relax.
What is the over-under on how many times you're going to run out to third this season?
Probably a couple of times.
We'll be counting. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Dwayne, up to you in the booth.
All right, thank you. Well, we'll keep an eye on Charlie and try to keep him in the dugout. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Johnny Field leads it off here in the bottom of the 6th. Yeah, with Charlie as the bench coach now. Matt Quatrero takes over as the third base coach, so he's the new third base coach for the Rays. And Charlie will spend his time alongside Kevin Cash. A big cut and a foul ball back as Field faces the left-hander Bobby Pointer. And there he is. No helmet and getting acclimated to his new spot right next to the manager, Kevin Cash. A high fastball, and Field swings through it. That's the first out here in the 6th. Jason Coates will be the hitter as he comes on to face Pointer. Last year in the minor leagues, a very nifty 149 earned run average and a little over 60 innings, 43 games. And Coates takes a strike.
Hold beer here.
It's down 1-1. Marcus Walden worked 3. Elias 2. He gave up the home run to C.J. Crone. And a wave and a miss out in front. That pitch disappeared on Coates.
Beer, peanuts, water.
That went in on him, and he's popped up. Rivera, the new third baseman there. Now it's going to be Bogarts to make the catch. So Coates pops out to the shortstop. And Brad Miller will bat with the bases empty and 2 gone. Brad has grounded out twice. Last time pitcher first. One on one. Well, it's been a steady wind out of that left field corner. And that led to the first Boston run back in the 1st inning. Fly ball to left. And 1, 2, 3 go the Rays. On to the 7th we go. The Red Sox lead this one 8. to you by Steak and Shake, famous for steak burgers. Rays trail this one 8-1. On to the 7th inning. Yanni Chirinos, the 4th Rays pitcher. The Rays started. Ryan Yarborough gave up a run in 3 innings. Hudson 2/3 of an inning, touched for 5. Austin Wright for 3rd. Chirinos out here, touched for a couple of runs, 1 earned in the 6th. Sergio Romo loosening in the bullpen. He's happy to have him back this year in that bullpen. And now here's Bogarts. Taking a pitch wide. Swihart next, and then Travis due up. One ball, one strike. Check swing on the foul ball up the right side. Popped up. Echeverria making the call, and he's got it. It's the first out in the 7th.
Left fielder number 23, Blake Swihart.
And Blake Swihart. Swihart homered in the 4th inning. Bounces this one to the right side. And this time, Echeverria from short right field after moving over from his shortstop spot took care of that one. Peter Maris, by the way, is the new first baseman for the Rays. And then Kevin Cash comes on with 2 quick outs here in the 7th. That's going to be it for Chirinos. So 2 2/3 for the Rays' young right-hander. Back with a new pitcher in a moment. We're in the top of the 7th against Boston. Tune in tomorrow as the Tampa Bay Lightning hit the road. They'll take on the New York Islanders. Coverage begins at 6:30 p.m. on Fox Sports Sun and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Sergio Romo is going to be the new pitcher for the Rays. Their 5th of this game, 2 outs into the 7th. Sam Travis, the first baseman, who is officially 0 for 3, will be the first man to face Romo. Last year with the Dodgers and the Rays, a combined .356 ERA with a record of 3-1 in 55 games. So he faces Travis with the bases empty. And it's a strike call. Down to third, a backhand attempt by Robertson. Ball deflects over to Echeverria. And Travis is on base. It's a hot shot down to third. Travis on for the second time, picking up his first hit. That pushes the Red Sox into double figures in the hit department. They have 10 now. Well, that's a do or die play there, reaching on that hot shot, trying to backhand it. There's Sandy Leon. Pitch is too low. So the Rays with Robertson at third, Echeverria still at short, Johnson second, and Maris at first. Ramos still behind the plate. They have Snyder in left field and center, and Coates in right field. Lifted end to left. Snyder shades his eyes and makes the catch. No runs, a hit, and a man left. And we go to the home half of inning 7 with the Rays down 8-1. Opening day just 8 days away. Tune in to Fox Sports Sun March 29th for complete opening day coverage. We'll be on the air at 3 p.m. with a special 1-hour Rays live pregame featuring player interviews, analysis, and all the pregame festivities leading right up to the first pitch between the Rays and the Red Sox. Following the game, stay tuned for extended postgame coverage. That's opening day baseball on Fox Sports Sun Thursday, March 29th, and it all begins at 3 p.m. C.J. Cron, the DH, will lead off the bottom of the 7th. He has accounted for the run for the Rays with his second spring home run. That came in the 4th inning. He connected off the left-hander Elias. And he faces another lefty, Pointer, who entered the game in the 6th inning, on to work the 7th. Big cut and a miss, strike one. Swihart has moved in to play first base from left. Travis goes out to play left. It's popped up foul up the right side, out of play. the Red Sox have Ivan DeJesus Jr. now at shortstop. Went foul. Look out, fellas, into the Rays dugout. Everybody's okay, and Wilson Ramos retrieved that foul ball. Cut and a miss. Crone is out on strikes. Pointer picks up his second strikeout in this outing. Well, Micah Johnson will have his first plate appearance of the day here in the 7th inning. And a big cut and a miss on that first offering from the lefty. A little bit wide there. 1-1. Johnny Venters, the veteran lefty, trying to come back from multiple Tommy John surgeries. He's throwing in the bullpen right now. It's 2 balls and a strike. Two. Robbie Pointer. Divided last year between high A ball and double A baseball. Young man from not too far up the road in Wellington, Florida, the West Palm Beach area, out of the University of Florida. The pitch is outside, 3-2. Had a nice 6th inning and a strikeout Crone to begin the 7th. Now a full count to Johnson. And that strike 3 call. Johnson thought he'd drawn the walk, and up with the right arm goes Will Little. So 3rd strikeout. Pointer's faced 5 men and has 3 strikeouts. That was just getting the corner. Wave and a miss, strike 1. It's 1-1. Appears to have pretty good deception out there on the hill. The fastball and the changeup. Also has a slider. And he's ahead of Ramos, 1-2. Two. And a broken bat. Ground ball picked by DeJesus Jr., who takes care of the throw to first, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Pointer. We go to the 8th, 8-1. Boston. On to the 8th, 8-1, Boston out in front. Johnny Venters will be the new pitcher for the Rays. He is pitcher number 6. Right now, let's go down to the Rays dugout again, and here's Michelle.
Thanks, Dwayne. Here with CJ Crone, new face to the Rays. First and foremost, take me through the process of being traded. What were your initial feelings?
I was excited. I was excited for the opportunity. Come to a good organization in Tampa Bay, and I know a few of the guys, and they all have really good things to say about the organization, and I've been treated great over here, so I'm looking forward to it.
Obviously, you played behind Pujols with the Angels. How excited are you just to get some consistent opportunity?
Yeah, that's all you can ask for as a player, is just a chance to perform every day, and hopefully I can get that while I'm here and help the team win.
Well, you hit that home run today. How much do you think you'll be able to contribute power-wise?
Hopefully quite a bit. That's kind of what I try to do up there. I try to drive the ball. I try to drive in runs, and however that may happen, I'm hoping to do it.
You tied your career high, 16 home runs the last 3 consecutive seasons. How are you going to get that 17th home run?
I don't know. Maybe it's going to be inside the park or something, but I'm going to try my best to get it.
Thank you so much for the time.
All right, thank you.
Back to you, Dwayne.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Devin Marrero leading off here in the 8th inning. Fouling a pitch away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Marrero, who has 2 hits and 2 runs scored and a run batted in. It's out of play, and it's 1-2 now. Venters with the Braves back in 2010 through 2012. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Then you talk about the quality of stick-to-itiveness, and boy, he has it. He is now 33. I think he turned 33 yesterday. This one tapped by the man, grabbed by Johnson, throw to first in time to get Marrero. So that's out number 1. So here he is, 33 plus a day. Pitching here in the 8th inning. Last year on his battle coming back, here's Rivera taking a strike. Rivera now at third base, getting his first plate appearance of the day. Ground ball, nice backhanded pick by Maris. Venters trying to get there to cover, and the ball sails right past him. And Rivera is aboard, backed up by the new catcher Roberto Alvarez. And we'll take another look at this. An error charged to Maris, who made a nice pickup, and then the throw by the pitcher Venters. He was at in the Gulf Coast League initially, and then spent some time here in Charlotte County in 10 games, 8 games at AA Montgomery. Got into a game with the Durham Bulls on his way back. Pitch is down, 1-1. The count to Sturgeon, who's in center field in the place of Bradley. Pulling off that pitch, down and away, and it's 1-2. Upstairs, takes the count to 2-2. One on with one out. Cole Sturgeon, young man out of Owensboro, Kentucky. So the count is now full. Foul ball, just a little bit of that one. And Alvarez could not hang on for the foul tip. So it's a foul ball, and the count holds at 3-2. And strike 3 call. Sturgeon caught looking for the second out. Now Kyrie Washington will hit. Look at that strikeout pitch. Alvarez a good job of framing there. Washington playing right field. J.D. Martinez started out there. Had a 3-run batted in day with a single and a double. And Washington, who ran, came on as a pinch runner in the 6th. Up with a 1-0 count here in the 8th. One and one now. One and two. And they pitch in, and it's skied to right and caught by Coates to retire the side. So a scoreless inning for Venters. Bottom of the 8th coming up, 8-1 Boston. Charlotte County at the Charlotte County Sports Complex, where the Rays and the Red Sox have 7.5 innings in the book today. Clear blue skies, temperature in the low 70s. And a reminder, you can catch some Rays, as they are right there. Catch some Rays of a different kind Sunday at Charlotte Sports Park. The Rays will take on the Yankees, and the first 500 fans 14 and under receive swim goggles presented by 7-Eleven. Visit RaysBaseball.com/spring for more info. Rays 2018 spring training brought to you by Visit Tampa Bay. Rays up. It's their version of windsurfing out there in the breeze. They've had a great time. All part of the crowd of 6,134 here this afternoon for this game between the Rays and the Red Sox. Well, Daniel Robertson will lead it off here for the Rays. Mike Shawarin, who is the new pitcher. Pointer worked 2 innings, and now the Rays face the right-hander. First pitch a little close here to Robertson, ball 1. Echeverria will be next. One. Dan Butler is the new catcher. Boy, that pitch right in on his hands, and he fouls it back. And Alvarado, Jose Alvarado, is up in the bullpen for the Rays. We're in the bottom of the 8th right now. Big inning for the Red Sox, a 5-run 4th. Robertson is out on strikes. 1 away in the Rays' 8th, and here's Echeverria on his way to the plate. First pitch strike. So far, Echeverria struck out swinging in the 3rd. Lifted a fly ball to center field in the 5th inning, getting his 3rd at bat in today. Came into the game hitting .355 for the spring. Stays up and in, 2-1. A 3-1 count. Joe Correa is scheduled to pitch tomorrow for the Rays. That will be the game against the Blue Jays in Dunedin. And the count is full on the Rays shortstop. Rays got their run, their lone run, back in the 4th on the C.J. Cron home run. Echeverria draws the walk. It's only the 2nd walk allowed by Boston pitching. Shawarin struck out Robertson, now gives up the walk. And we'll be with you right here on Fox Sports Sun and streaming live on Fox Sports Go Sunday. At 1 o'clock, the Rays will host the Yankees here. And the countdown on. 8 days away from opening day at the Trop. This is Snyder. Brandon Snyder taking a big swing and missing. He's in the leadoff spot after taking over in left in the 6th inning for Denard Span. It's in on him, and it's fouled away. 0-2. 0-2 count. Down and away. Well, the Red Sox have been on a roll here this spring. They're trying to win their 9th consecutive game. Last time they had that kind of winning streak in the spring was back in 1981. Snyder, you see his numbers at AAA Syracuse, 23 home runs. There's a high fly ball deep to left. That's some of that power, and that's out of here. Home run into the bullpen. Echeverria will score in front of Snyder, who has just belted a 2-run blast. So the Rays make it an 8-3 ball game. Well, the Rays looking for some power out of a right-handed bat, and Snyder shows them some power here. Johnny Field getting his second plate appearance of this game. That's a strike. Field in the battle to be one of those right-handed hitters, an extra outfielder. It's 1-1. Field chasing that pitch up, could not resist the fastball up a little bit out of the zone, and is a strikeout victim. So 2 strikeouts, and in between a walk and a home run allowed by the Boston right-hander. And here's Jason Coates. So we've seen Snyder, Field, and Coates here, right-handed hitters with some pop. Coates takes one down. And a big cut there. 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Red Sox have utilized 4 pitchers today. The Rays 6. And now Coates has the count go to 2-2. And strike 3 called. So 3 strikeouts, a walk, and a home run in the inning. The Rays put up 2 and trail 8-3 after 8. we head into the top of the 9th inning. Red Sox took control with a 5-run fourth. They've out-hit the Rays 10-5. And as we go to the 9th, the Rays call upon pitcher number 7, Jose Alvarado. Last year in 35 games, 0-3 with a 364 earned run average, 29 strikeouts in just under 30 innings. And he'll face Josh Ockamy, pinch hitting for the DH Mitch Moreland. Moreland had gone 0 for 4. So this will be lefty on lefty. DeJesus Jr. will be next. And then Swihart is due. Cut and a miss. Big swing by Ockamy right there. And the fastball by him. 0-2. Alvarado will approach 100 miles per hour with that velocity. And he is out on strikes. Tough to do anything with that one after the hard stuff. And Alvarado picks up a strikeout. Take a look at that. Almost unfair. And if that can be dropped in there consistently, that makes him very difficult to deal with. He's heavy. Last year, very heavy on the fastball. Threw that curveball about 18% of the time, and boy, that is a dandy. And there with a strike now to start DeJesus. Nothing in 2. So Alvarado, just 22 years old. 23 in May. So a 2-strike count. He took care of the pinch hitter Ockamy on 3 pitches. He had that immaculate inning against Milwaukee. This one slips away from him, and it's now 1-2. Last August against the Brewers when he had a 9-pitch, 3-strikeout inning. Just a little bit of that one to foul it and stay alive. So that great velocity to command that fastball and then command a breaking pitch. That would be a great 1-2 punch for him and would be a great sign for the Rays bullpen. And this one he blows right by DeJesus Jr. So back-to-back strikeouts.
First baseman number 23, Blake Swihart.
8 strikeouts for Rays pitching today. Just catch up with that one. Up and away and no chance. So 2 up, 2 down on the strikeout. Blake Swihart. He homered in the 5-run 4th inning. 1 for 4 today. The pitch is a strike. Swihart started the day in left field and moved to first in the 7th inning. Nothing in 2. Fastball clocked in at 94 on the lower range of his velocity. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a cut to miss. He strikes out the side, and boy, does it in impressive fashion. Bottom of the 9th coming up. 8-3 Boston.
The new
The Rays 8-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Well, today is a very special day for the voice of our broadcast here at the Rays, Mr. Dwayne Staats. He's inducted into the Sports Club of Tampa Bay Hall of Fame tonight. We just want to send a huge congratulations to you, Mr. Staats. And I have to say, I will be happy if my career is half as successful as yours is.
Well, thank you. You're very nice. I appreciate that so much. And all I've done all these years is avoid working for a living. And so if you can do that, then I would say go for it, because it certainly beats the alternative. And thank you for those good wishes. We certainly appreciate it so much.
Of course. Thank you so much for the advice.
And we're looking forward to a whole season here with Michelle this year. Michelle Margot joining us this season. It'll be fun, and the regular season is only 8 days away. New pitcher is Dedgar Jimenez. He is the 5th pitcher of the day for the Boston Red Sox. Peter Maris will lead off for the Rays against this lefty. Last year for Jimenez, 15-3 in the minor leagues. The first pitch is line served into left for a base hit. Maris wasting no time at all, has a base hit. So the Rays put the leadoff man aboard. Max Siebert will pinch hit now for the DH C.J. Cron. The pitch is a strike. So the Rays picking up their 6th hit of the day. To the count. Michael Johnson on deck. It's headed the other way and out of play. little bit inside, 1-2. So to this point, 8-3. It's been one of those days for the Rays where they've successfully gotten their pitchers some work. Yarbrough for 3 innings. Hudson 2/3. A tough outing, gave up 5 runs. Chirinos, Romo, Alvarado. The Rays also got Wright and Venters into the game. Zach Siebert out on strikes. Now Micah Johnson will bat. And a couple of home runs accounting for the Rays' runs. C.J. Cron hit one in the 4th, and Brandon Snyder hit a 2-run home run in the 8th inning. Johnson called out on strikes in the 7th. Faces the left-hander in the 9th and fouls it back for a strike. This one lifted into left. Travis is there, and that's the second out. So the Rays down to their final out. And Roberto Alvarez will be the hitter, getting his first trip to the plate since relieving Wilson Ramos, the catcher, and taking over in the 8th. A ball, no strikes. Alvarez in his second game with the big club here this spring. Did not get an at-bat in the other one, so he's up here getting his first plate appearance in a big league spring training game. Now behind in the count, 1-2. And a ground ball foul. We'll see at least one more pitch here today. Rays on the road tomorrow against the Blue Jays in Dunedin. Our next telecast will be Sunday against the New York Yankees. This hits him on the foot. So Alvarez will reach. Hit by a pitch that pushes Maris up to second base. And here's Robertson. Daniel Robertson getting his second trip up there today. He took over in the 7th inning at third base. Pitch away. And he checked in time and is up in the count, 2-0. Robertson started the day hitting .290 on the spring. Now it's 2-1. chop left side, gloved by the third baseman Rivera. Down to second for the force, and that's going to end this game as the Rays drop it 8-3 to the Boston Red Sox. So the Rays are 11-13. Boston goes to 17-8. For Michelle Margot and the rest of our crew, Dwayne Stats, great to have you with us. Hope you've enjoyed the spring telecast. This has been a special presentation of Fox Sports Sun. Remember, we'll be with you Sunday when the Rays take on the New York Yankees. Coverage begins at 1 p.m. right here on Fox Sports Sun and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. From Charlotte County, so long, everyone.